delivery in public speaking, and we're going to be talking about nonverbal communication right now. We've just talked about verbal communication in delivery, and now we're going to focus on nonverbal. Okay, here we go. So, again, not enough can be said about the importance of communication or delivery in public speaking. Right? So it is the words are important and how you put all those words together, but how you deliver those words, if you're not doing delivery well, in fact, grading wise, usually delivery is 30% of your grade. So just know how important it is to work on this piece. And again, it's about being able to connect with more than one person at a time to your audience. So what is nonverbal? The obvious one is this. It's eye contact. And just as I said in my previous lecture, I'm making that eye contact right now. In fact, we're going to go back. I'm going to show you. I'm making that eye contact right now with you. You know, I'm looking at that green dot. It looks like I'm looking straight at you. If I were in class, I'd be attempting to make eye contact with every single student in class. So you can see that not that I'm watching you, but that I want to make a connection with you. I want you to see what it is I have to say, and I want you to feel like you're listening, that you're getting it. And oftentimes, now we're going to go back to nonverbal communication, the way you get that from your audience is through head nods, right? If a person looks back at you, then they're listening to you, generally speaking, right? We can go back to that communication model, right? And we talked about noise and how that interferes with what you're thinking about or how you're listening. And so that can be happening. However, generally speaking, if you're making eye contact with the audience, that's because they're looking at you and you're making that connection, and they're going to feel like you're seeing them. Oftentimes, if you're in a big group of people, you don't feel seen. So as an audience member, when the speaker makes eye contact with you, you feel seen by that person. Let's go back to this. Okay. So we've got eye contact, very important. We've got gestures, right? Use your body. This is your instrument. You can only see so much of me going around like this, which is just distracting. So don't just use your instrument so you can go around like this and you look a little spastic, okay? You don't want to do that, right? You want to control your body movements in a way that, as the way I describe things and I use my hands, I'm a hand mover. There's no way that I can talk without moving my hands to gesture. That's just who I am, naturally. If you're not that person, you want to work on learning how to gesture. I really want you to think about how you talk to your friends or how you talk to your family members. No one talks like this with their hands at their side and just moving their head around. Nobody does that. We normally talk with our hands in some way, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, so we describe how something's like the size of something, or we're talking about how something goes in a straight line, or we're doing this. We have all kinds of gestures when we say hello, right? That's nonverbal communication. It's without the words, and communication is happening through the body movements or through the facial expressions. So physical movement. You don't need to do this while you're doing your speech, or there can be physical movement you have because you're nervous, right? Maybe you're a rocker. You want to be able to control your physical movement. Use your physical movement to your ability, right? Maybe if you're doing your speech like this and you're sitting and you get close, right, to make a real point and bring your face back, that can make a difference in the speech. So you're going to have different ways that you can use your body and part of your body in the public speaking through this recording than you would if you were in class. If you were in class, you would be able to move you around the room a little bit. Now, you'd never want to move around the room so it's distracting. You want to use it to your advantage, to get the attention of the audience, to keep them involved, to keep them engaged. It's like stepping up if you're in front of an audience and you step up close to someone that's sitting, a stationary audience. We talked about that in situational characteristics. Remember, a stationary audience versus a mobile audience and what you have to work on as a public speaker. If the audience is mobile, You have to really work on your delivery because you got to get people's attention. You need to have actually more physical movement because that's what's going to attract. We're attracted to things that are moving around. We're not attracted to things that are standing still. We're attracted to movement. I mean, we could go right back into thinking of ourselves as, it's going to sound like a tangent right now, but just run with me. Predators are attracted to movement. They're not attracted to stillness. Oftentimes, apex predators like mountain lions or wolves or bears, it's the movement that catches their eye. We are predators as well. So we are attracted to movement. That's what catches our eye. It's not someone standing still. We want to see movement. So you're going to have to work on how you're going to use your physical body to express things, right? How are you going to do that? How are you going to get comfortable in your physical being to express yourself? Your physical body is how you move your head, how you're saying something, right? How you all of that. You're going to want to do that. You're going to want to work on that. You're going to want to get comfortable with that. Proxemics has to do with how close are we, how you use space. So how will you use your space in your camera? Will you take up the whole space? Will you use your whole body to express yourself? Right? If I get back here, you can see more of my hands if I'm farther away, right? You can see less of me in the camera when I'm closer. How will you use space to emphasize what you need to say? I'll say it again when I've said it to some students I've seen online. This is your opportunity to take as many risks as you want. The benefit you have with delivering your speech in a recorded way is no one's there to see you. So you have no idea how they're taking your speech. You're not in that immediate and you're it's a positive and a negative. The positive is you can really go for it, right? You can really just go for it on go for it in terms of really emphasizing yourself, which can be intimidating when you have an audience, an immediate audience. You're going to have an audience because people are going to watch your speech. But when you have an immediate audience, sometimes that can be stifling for us, right? We bring it down. But you're not going to have that. I say go for it. Within ethical boundaries, continue to be ethical. But go for it. Let your full expression of yourself happen. Do it. You have nothing to lose, but only something to gain. Not just from your audience, but from yourself. To feel your full expression of yourself. If there's one thing I want you to have from this class, is to feel your full expression. So notice I'm using my body, I'm using my facial expressions. We haven't gotten to that yet. We're talking about physical appearance. So you'll notice that in most cases, I put on my makeup, I get a little dressed to do these videos. It's the right thing to do. It's an appropriate professional thing to do. I will expect you to do that in your speeches. All of your speeches, you should be dressed on the part that we see in a professional way. Right? I don't want to see any ladies with cut off t-shirts. No ladies. And I don't want to see men, without a shirt on or showing too much chest. We don't want to see that. Not appropriate. This is a class. You need to address how you address in class. What's appropriate for class. And know that public speaking is a formal activity and people make judgments based upon your physical appearance. That is just the truth of it. How come I forgot one thing? I'm going to add it on there. So facial expressions, which should be on there. Facial expressions is also a part of nonverbal communication. A facial expression says so much. Use your face. Smile. If you smile and you just get happy and you show your excitement, we're going to immediately smile. Right? We can't not smile. When you see someone smile, how hard is it not to smile back? Right? So you want to just give it. You have nothing to lose. Give it. Right? This is about giving. How are you going to give of yourself? Not just through that speech, not just through the words of your speech. How are you going to give yourself through your delivery? The more you give, the more you're going to get back. I promise you that. Okay, do's and don'ts. We're going to get through these. Do dress for the occasion. Do use your entire body to express yourself. Your body is your instrument. Do enunciate and pronounce your words succinctly and precisely. Do make eye contact with your audience. Don't wear sunglasses. None of you should ever have sunglasses on, ever, in a speech, ever, whether it's in class or on this recorded video. Do not wear sunglasses. I want you to think about why. I don't probably need to tell you why. But we can't see, if we can't see your eyes, we don't know what you're looking at. You can't make eye contact with us. We don't know you're making eye contact. Maybe you're making eye contact, but we don't know who you are if you're wearing sunglasses. Don't chew gum. Don't eat. Don't put anything in your mouth. We can't enunciate and pronounce our words if we've got something in our mouth. Chewing gum is a big no-no in public speaking. You don't do it. Do not wear a hat that has a brim. We need to see your face. If you don't. I'm telling you, when I see gentlemen or even young ladies wearing like a baseball hat and they've got glasses on, we can't see your face. We need to see your face. Your face is what is part of your expression. We need to see it. And wearing a hat seems like you're hiding. Okay, there's other kinds of subconscious messages about that. But sunglasses, hat, chewing gum says you don't care, you're too informal. Sunglasses say you're hiding. Hat can mean that you're hiding. Just think about that. You want to be we want to see your full self. And the last thing I'm going to say is don't read to us. Don't read to us. The next lecture is going to be about your delivery outline. Don't read to us. Public speaking is not reading. You might as well get a book and just read it to us. But public speaking is about talking to us. It's a prepared speech that you've practiced over and over and over again, out loud, not in your head, out loud. You've practiced over and over and over again, and you know your speech, and then you create a delivery outline from the preparation outline, which is your full speech. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. And if you read to us, it shows us one, respect. You're able to connect with us because you're able to make eye contact, and you're able to make your message adaptable to the audience that you're talking to. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Blessings. I'll see you next time.